What's up, guys? So, if you didn't know, right, every single update so far in Deepwoken, I don't know, past since the Deep Spindle thing, they've kind of been killing the I don't know I don't know how else to put that. They've kind of been killing the aim. Um, this last update, they added an amazing change where they reworked Rising Wind, and somehow instead of making it less buggy than it was before, it's now more buggy and more annoying and unfair. For some reason, you can't ragdoll cancel it after you get hit by Rising Wind. Like after you get knocked down from it, you can't M2 and ragdoll cancel it. So it leads to stuff like what's happening on screen. I'll just put up what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh, so stupid. But um, anyway, that's not just the one thing I was going to talk about. There's a couple more things I want to talk about, like blood. Blood isn't good. Blood is not good for the game. It is incredibly broken. Here, I'll put up on screen how many frames it takes for one of the blood moves to come out. You know that the Crimson Rain, I think is what it's called. Um, the the projectiles travel in less than one frame, shooting in 60 FPS. One frame. So it's literally instant. So you can't like parry it once you see the projectile. Once they've already done the animation, there's plenty of ways to hide an animation. You can't react to the projectile. It's not like Windblade where you can kind of react to it. They nerfed Windblade too because it was on screen for 2 frames, and this is faster than Windblade. It has about the same amount of windup and it has more range. So it's just horrible for the game's balance. Also, this isn't even like taking account. This is like one of the many blood mantras that are like this. Every single mantra on blood, like blood orb, Garlet cyclone, like blood edge to a lesser degree, they're all basically instant. They have like half a second of wind up. That entire move comes out in under a second. From start of wind up to the end of the wind up, and the projectiles are instant. What I'm trying to say here, blood absolutely broken, and yeah, just that. Also, if y'all don't mind subscribing, or liking the video, or commenting your opinion down below, that'd be awesome. Really helps the channel out. And another thing that I kind of wanted to touch on, the sustain in this game currently is just ridiculous. Like I'll play this sped up fight between me and this curved blade of winds guy. Um, and the thing goes to zone, and I'm on like a storm cheese build, so I just cheese him with a shadow vortex. But it's not a good system currently, and this is really just stuff that I've noticed in Chime. And of course, Chime is always going to be horrible. But the overworld is just too laggy. If you had war is pretty much dead. Nobody does wars because if you go into a war server, you're going to be moving at like six frames per minute, maybe. And I don't know if you've noticed this, but like anytime you get into a large scale PvP fight, even in a war server, which is specifically meant to handle large scale PvP fights, you just like feel like you're just dying. And then every week they've added the worst slop legendary weapon, right? Like what was it? This week it was like an int one, and it's not very cool, and it's literally just another one, and the animations are getting more and more ridiculous each time that they add a new one. Here, I'll put up on screen what the crit is if I could find it. Uh, but anyway, I just like, I don't know how each week the devs somehow make the game worse off than it was the week prior. Uh, like it's still just as laggy. The overworld is still just terrible. I don't know. Half the servers, if you go in there, right, you will be unable to interact with anything, and the mobs will be delayed by like 4 seconds. Um, I don't know. Maybe I can put up a clip of me joining one of these servers on stream, or on no, not on stream, but like on I clipped it. I think yeah. So here it is on screen, and you can tell the server is tweaking out based off of me flying away. You know that kind of seems like a little bit of a server tweak out problem. But anyway, I don't know what else to yap about. I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah, wait, that gives me a good idea. So, have y'all noticed an increase in the amount of medium and heavy players recently? Like, light has sort of fallen off. I don't know if this is just me, but I feel like I've seen way less light players, and I feel like that's because medium is like just there's so many damn techs with it, and how it's super annoying, and the weapons do insane damage at low investment. Like, take Warden Ceremonial Sword. This is probably the worst meta since like attunementless medium and attunementless fist. This is definitely like the worst one. The thunder medium with a warden ceremonial sword is so annoying. I just fight like 30 billion of them, and because thunder has like a bajillion techs, also storm's eye. Storm's eye is also really annoying, but thunder has like a million techs, and all of them are just ridiculously game breaking. I'm sure some of y'all have watched Sheep's video. Um, I don't know why that's even allowed, or you're allowed to have attunement with that many bugs that are called techs. Discovery of fire exists for some for some reason, and that just sets you on fire for literally nothing. I don't even think it costs ether. Um, Currently, ice with you're able to just go behind people's block with exhaustion strike and ice lance. Um, Heavy uppercuts are just as broken as they always have been, and heavy in general, like Sovereign's Punishment is really overpowered, and then there's a bunch of heavy weapons, and then like every single legendary weapon they've added in like the past couple of weeks have just been a great sword. We have like 30 billion legendary great swords. I don't know why they keep adding them. I don't even think there's a single legendary hammer. There isn't. That's actually crazy. No. But anyway. Oh wait, no. There's that one, the only one, the thunder one. Yeah, that they just use on thunder. And thunder is overpowered. I don't know why it needs another legendary weapon. Anyway, ganks currently dominated by Shadow and Gale, and then also those one-shot M1 builds. Sometimes I think I've seen a couple of those, and assassins, of course. Oh, it's all the same. Nobody ganks anymore, really, because if you gank, you're going to be in those horrible servers, as mentioned earlier. But currently, the game's a pretty mid and kind of bad spot. I mean, I'm sure the developers could bring it back if they really like put some effort in and decided that they were gonna lock in and next weekly just maybe do something that they haven't ever done and remove some content, or maybe heavily balance some content, because the entirety of the blood attunement is completely overpowered. Rising Wind is super buggy, even more buggy than it was before. Honestly, revert White Rising Wind. It's less buggy before. They need to low key buff Ironsing. It's not good enough aside from the gun. The gun's all right. They need to nerf Blood, Ice, and Gale. They're all just, that's all the meta right now. You don't see anything else. That's gonna be it for the video, guys. See y'all next time.